This might be one of the first times in a while I've read a conversation in the manga, and I've never felt so many emotions in one conversation because it's this 180 that Fujimoto did with Yuko was unbelievable. I did not expect anything like this to happen, and honestly, I'm still kind of shocked at what I read because not only was it shocking, but it was really freaking good. Like, this might be my favorite chapter out of all of them that's dropped in the, I guess, Chainsaw Man Part 2. Me personally, because this was just unbelievable. And I'm just gonna go right into it. We're just gonna talk about the Yuko stuff right now. The exchanging secrets. When I first read that, I was really anticipating, and I wonder if this is what Fujimoto was going for, because when Asa gives her whole peeing in class thing, that was a very childish thing. Wasn't really nothing to, because obviously she's not going to tell her the real secrets. And you're just sitting here wondering, I wonder what Yuko's going to say. Is it going to be something like kind of endearing as like the peeing thing? Or, is it going to be something like kind of serious? Like, is it going to involve her character? Like, was it something bad that happened to her or something? But no, she just reveals that she killed her neighbor because he'd go gambling at pachinko even though he was on welfare for disability. And the way Fujimoto did this was crazy because he depicted awkward silence like really well. Like, even when I was reading it, you see panels and they're pretty much the same because they're lined up. You see Asa on one side and Yuko on the right, and I'm looking at their facial expressions to see if anything's really changing, and Asa's is changing very slowly. It's hard to see because the lines and it being digital, but Yuko is just no change of expression at all. Even when this whole conversation starts, it's like a silence of anticipation. Like, you don't know what's really happening or why they're just talking. And it's even Asa talks about how like she's not good with this awkward silence stuff. And that's just Fujimoto just building to what's eventually going to be revealed. Even the sun, because I didn't even realize that the sun was actually playing a part of like showing this story of what Yuko's pretty much telling Asa, and how the light or the sun is just shining on them. They're sitting there, they were chilling, and then as the chapter progresses, you see the sun slowly going down, and then at the end, it's nothing but shadows, like it's nighttime. And as the conversation kept going, you also see Yuko's speech bubble starts to look rigid or wiggly, signaling that she's getting nervous as Yuko keeps talking. Which, that was another thing. It was like a feeling of unease too. Like, as Yuko's revealing all this like very dark information of like what she did while basically Asa was gone, it's kind of just like an unnerving, just like, whoa, where did this come from? Because as we know from Yuko's personality, she seems like, one of the nicest characters in the entire series. It like, just the thought of her just like talking about like death and murder as if it's nothing was just like almost like odd. But it gets even bigger because she actually starts to talk about what Asa's real secrets were, and that was the class president, everything that's happened with that, the teacher, and even Yoru, which I was kind of surprised that she even knew about Yoru. And that's because she made a contract with the Justice Devil, and the Justice Devil allows her to read minds and turns her sense of justice into power. And that's kind of it fits because I want to say, I don't remember exactly which chapter, but there was a chapter where she was talking about basically whether it's kind of viewed as good or bad, as long as your heart is in the right place, that's all that matters. And that's kind of basically what Yuko's been doing. She like, when she killed her neighbor and she told her why, it was like, okay, we understand why you did it, but that still doesn't make it morally correct. And pretty interesting that the Justice Devil actually came back because the class president had the Justice Devil, and the class president was killed. So I guess maybe the Justice Devil left her body and then went ahead and found Yuko. I've noticed the Justice Devil kind of finds people before like a person will find that specific devil. And Asa is just shocked at what she's hearing. even questioning, like, did you really kill these people? Did you really do this? And even Yuko's like, you want to see the body. She has it in her backyard. And the way she says it, and she almost has this look of like satisfaction when she tells her that she has the body. Like, it's just insane, like, how all of this is happening in this one conversation. But it's all in the name of justice for her. That's this what the key theme is around Yuko, justice. And when she says, I'm gonna get rid of your bullying problem, don't come to school, that was kind of haunting, but kind of just like, that was a cherry on top of it, because everybody thought about, I don't know if I can say it on YouTube, but you know, little Timmy with the backpack, you know what I'm saying, the school stuff. And it's just like, wow, like, we know what's going to happen next, and it's not what I expected. But to me, the even crazier part about this revelation regarding Yuko is the fact that way before this, in the beginning, Asa and Yuro, they were arguing about whether Denji said was real or not. Obviously, it's real about him being the Chainsaw Man. Yuro's like, no, he said he was a Chainsaw Man. He has to be the real thing. Asa's disagreeing, and they both come to the conclusion of, you know what? Why don't we bring a devil to the school and see if he's really the Chainsaw Man? He'll take care of the devil. And while this conversation went on and it's happening, I'm like, wait a minute. Is Yoru gonna technically be the devil that's gonna be at the school if she's gonna take care of her bullies? And that means Denji's gonna have to probably fight Yoru? That's crazy. And a little bit ominous, because I did have a somewhat theory or predictions video, and I did talk about basically Yoru looking at Denji a little different. Not in this scenario, but basically she was gonna view Denji a little different. If Denji was doing like bad things, you should really check that out, especially now. But man, what a chapter. Like, all of this in one conversation. Like, it's been a while. First thing I can think of is like Griffith's speech and everything in Berserk when it comes to conversations. But this gave us a lot. Fujimoto, I'm telling you, he's cooking. He's starting to cook. And it's about to be his season in a minute, because this is insane. Well, let me know how you feel about the chapter in the comment section down below. How do you think all this is going to play out in the next chapter? Did you expect anything regarding Yuko to happen somehow in this chapter? And what do you expect Asa to do after hearing all this? And what do you think? Do you think Denji's going to be the one to actually go after Yoru? Just let me know in the comment section. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you enjoyed as well. And I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.